Hail viewer, welcome back to Blustermest, Lawful's Minion, and Awful's opinion at your pleasance. You know that's not even a word, right? Sure he is. He saved Jamie Lee Curtis's life. Twice. Making him part of the intro is the least I could do. Also, it literally means the feeling of pleasure, jackass. Like you know how to give it. Wow! You guys sure let me know what I missed. As if Metroid with bugs didn't bleed my nose enough, Paper Mario with bugs arrives to yoink out the whole Red Sea.
Moonsprout Games, hear our pleas. Do Nintendo's job for them.
Yep, copy the homework. Just remember to change it up a bit so it's not obvious. They'll never know. Keep jeering, doucher. RPG Evil always loses. Yeah, after they steal the MacGuffins and the show. The first ever Raritanium patron pick. Mitch over here.
That's me.
Wants what plenty of you do. A red and blue duel for the true Paper Mario 3. Y'all better be max level. I have Heel Scum.
We have Chompy.
Forces of good. Legions of bad. Which is more to be had? Opinion or fact?
We're on the attack.
Courtesy of the illegally lovable trio of Beetle, Bee, and Moth, the heart of any narrative experience is nailed harder than Happy Gilmore's boss. This damn game's gonna make you feel bad for ever squishing a bug, with its persistently amazing protagonists, attained through charming characterization of ordinary archetypes. Kabu, the badass edgy looking one, is carried as this adorable paragon that would take a bullet ant sting for his friend's self-esteem. Literally Stuart Little in an exoskeleton. The fan favorite Violet, V to those who don't want to die. Yeah, they turned Eddie into a cinnamon bun. A Lara Croftian penny pincher that's allergic to taking your shit. And Leaf? Look, I don't know why a Frostmoth fucked the George Clooney Batman, but the end result is Bagaria's only seller of dry ice, the obligatory backstory bait, and mysterious stranger. A hilarious choice for your calm and collected smartass.
These personalities were great on their own, but what makes these three shine the most is just how well they play off each other. The conversations they share during cutscenes and from reactions to the environment and NPCs gave me several laughs in my first playthrough. Their distinct traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws meshed together in a way that makes for one of the best trios I've had the pleasure of playing in a game. Rock on, Team Snake Mouth.
I mean, don't drop a rock on them. Forced losses blow. Well, give me that rock. I know exactly where to throw it. The boon of fantastic leads may end in a ton of scene-by-scene charm, but they don't guarantee a banger story. This fable of bugs is not nearly as adventurous and focused as its heroes, to my stunned disappointment. Hardly even kidding when I say the quest for the everlasting sapling is dead-ass Twilight Princess without Ganondorf. The Wasp King is Zant without a leash, but sadly on his meds, doesn't even exist until the end of Chapter 4 out of 7, and though he's actually pretty damn cool in action, his motive for those actions is alien to the majority of casual players thanks to the game's worst decision. See, these monumentally important revelations about these main characters are side quests. Yes, character development is optional now. They literally recommend you do them straight to your face. Oh yeah, go dig up tweets to find out Darth Vader's Luke's father. Browse a region lock DVD's bonus features to see that Snape's not a piece of shit. I missed Leaf's true identity, V hugging her sister again, and the awesome backstory of the Wasp King on my first playthrough because the game told me they mattered just as much as collecting shitty books. Fuck that. Part of Kabu's arc was part of the main story. Come on. This narrative's a butterfly stuck in its cocoon. It's ultimately pretty, but you gotta pry it out of something it's supposed to do naturally.
The Wasp King was done especially dirty. Poor guy is so bland without the backstory, and some of it isn't even in the game.
What?
Yeah, you have to read the comic at the end of the art book, which used to be backer exclusive by the way, to get the fullest insight on Hoax.
Hoax?
That's the official pronunciation.
Hoax. Really?
I smack hoes with an axe, it's poignant!
Frankly, that is in of itself more tragic than his backstory. The story begged for a rewrite.
In this proud providence of pests, even the human spirits projecting past the screen see through compound eyes. Gotta have a Bugsona. I'm thinking Bumblebee.
With lasers?
Yeah, you get it. And King Tristan Allrex, undoubtedly a beatbox cricket, his soundtrack's so awesome. The One Acre Odyssey across Bulgaria features music its papery mushroom mentor would have been proud to have itself. The primary battle themes, Deathless Ardor for adventure, the Sacred Hills, mastery of mystery, and every track stung by the wasps bleeds molten venom. Bow in pain to the King of Sting.
Chapters 3 and 5 had some personal high points in the soundtrack. Both the dungeon and boss tracks in both of these chapters have no reason to slap this hard. If a song literally called Mecha Bee Destroyer Blast Lord can't get your blood pumping, you might want to see a doctor about that. Sounds like you're suffering from cardiac arrest.
I wouldn't typically recommend BJing paper for too long and hard, lest you fancy your tongue as ice cubes, but all that cardboard Bug Fables deep throats is the key to its greatest passion. So of course the one time they stopped sucking is where things started sucking. That's a douchey way to put it. Okay, yeah, maybe sucks isn't the right word, but the badge selection is not a high point. They're called medals, you cockroach. Shut up, they're badges. One of the key strengths of Paper Mario 1, and especially 2's addicting gameplay, is just how much flexibility you're given with attribute modification, aka the badges. Tons of tools for customization of abilities, challenge, flair, or all three. It's truly amazing. A gigaton boon for replayability. Bug Fables really skimps in this department, with most of them being tailored to flat difficulty buffs and tiny buffs to fundies, with incredibly shallow strategy options, and very expensive equip prices on an already tight point budget. The only build worth more than a single damn is Killer Bee, aka Toxic Bitch, aka Danger Mario, aka V is fucking pissed. And even then, it takes maintenance and only pronounces a single team member. Lame! If there's anything to gather from its last two entries, what people really care about in their Paper Mario contemporaries is a success to adapt role-playing ecstasy and bind it to papercraft form. And you're telling me I gotta make a joke on this? Bug Fables' battle system is so damn heroic and noble it can't even read sarcasm. Like a space-age warrior android, this game's turn-based combat is built to nigh concerning levels of mechanical excellence, granting 3 defined party members with massive move pools, access to an incredible web of turn customization, transcends you to variable Valhalla, and RPG nuts heaven on earth. There's so many options built into what's actually a remarkably digestible setup. Battles are never confusing and never get boring.
When Kabu introduced Turn Relay in Chapter 1, I knew right then and there that the strategic skill ceiling just skyrocketed. Bug Fables set out to differentiate from its greatest inspiration in a meaningful way, and it succeeded with flying colors.
Living as any species where a garden sprinkler is a goddamn doomsday apparatus can't be easy as it is, so isn't it cool to have something that makes life on 6 legs even more hell? Not really. Oh, you're such a bitch. Difficulty options are good. Correction, good. Difficulty options are good. Bug Fables' hard mode is such a blanket feature, making enemies tougher in exchange for more experience? Cool. Except the base difficulty and progression curve is amazingly balanced, so it's pretty much just eating nails just to prove you can eat nails. Beating bosses in hard mode rewards you with medals. Yeah, ones you normally get like, what? A chapter later, possibly the same time with all that extra time you waste retrying that harder boss? Yay! Then turn it off! God! I do. And that's what sucks. It's just extra punishment and doesn't reward you with anything special. Something plenty of badges and the menu codes already do.
The medals you get are generally great and all, but even then you can still just purchase them off of Cricketly and Skada if you missed the opportunity the first time. At a premium, sure, but money is never really an issue in this game. I mean, crap, you didn't even get anything in Chapter 7 until it was later added in the 1.1 patch, and I personally never used it.
You remember when the whole point of Paper Mario was its art style?
Nope.
Me neither! Well, when it plays just as good, debatably even better than its Italian muse, who Who's really got time to one-star review a drawing? The art style of Bug Fables is interesting, keeping the Paper Mario 64's charming grade of perspective, but didn't pronounce it as full-on storybook cutouts, choosing to ground the style a bit for the sake of more traditional story framing, making it pop with that friendly color without infringing on the gimmick too hard. Respect, little bugs.
What especially stands out for me are the character designs. There is not a single character or enemy in this game that I don't find appealing. Not one. Some are creepy, some are cool, and plenty are absolutely adorable. What's even cooler is that some of these characters, even some of the best ones like Crispy or Tangerine, are made by backers. I've never unironically fell in love with the smorgasbord of OCs before, but the sheer quality of these backer characters have proven that this creative and talented community came out swinging day fucking one.
With every RPG help game, there's gonna be a section that checks off some filthy, torn up boxes. What else is gonna hold those boring ass stealth missions and backtracking nobody wants? Chapter 4 of this game? Oh yeah, why make a main character's backstory part of an official chapter when you can copy-paste the shittiest part of Wind Waker, which already copy-pasted the shittiest part of Star Fox Adventures into a fucking pits desert you just plowed through?
Going through the Lost Sands again was a big letdown this chapter. The dungeon and bosses were great, but everything else left a lot to be desired. At least the next chapter ends up making up for this chapter's shortcomings.
Probably because it develops one of the main characters along the way. You know, the kick-ass gameplay ain't sold at its peak value without some serious asses to kick. And though it prayed to its original god for the talent, Bug Fables used every drop of it to build a shrine to its RP Jesus in the form of a fantastic boss roster. I got major 1,000-year door quality chills from doing battle with Bagaria's most elite enemies. Respectable in quantity and impressive in quality, they push the dynamic battle system to its climactic limit, with my favorites being the Beast, False Monarch, and the Wasp King. His final form is a fucker fuck the first time though. Gee, wonder what that feels like.
If we're talking about favorites, my personal ones go to the optional bounty bosses. Seedling King, Tidal Worm, and Peacock Spider are really fun and interesting contenders.
Hey, you guys like convenience? Appreciate it when life's a little easier?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, well fuck you! Waste another fraction of your pathetic being clinging to hope.
Jeez, it's like if the thing that crawled up your ass and died shotgun married Squidward.
Yeah, he's a mess. So is the timing of the conveniences.
Fair point.
Thank you!
Honestly, a patch that moves both the Ant Compass in Chapter 5 and Kabu's Sprint in Chapter 3 2 whole chapters back would have gone a long way.
You put your one fast travel option at the 70% mark. Great time saver.
Don't feel like it would be a hard patch to implement either. Late game item crafting could be a bit better too. Queen's dinners are the best items in the game, but why do I have to talk to all 3 cooks in order to make them?
God, I hated that! Gotta loop all these loops just to eat one good meal?
The only thing Moonsprout did to alleviate the crunch needed to make these in the 1.1 patch was Kabu's Sprint and the ability to fast forward the cook's animations. A step in the right direction, but far from ideal.
Leave your sugar coat on the coat rack. It sucks! We don't really figure that bugs do all that much, as we're practically Cthulhu to them. But just as we're eager to show Tentacle Face our business chops, the centimeter-long saviors of Bagaria boast a fine resume. It's customary to have a lot of things to do in RPGs, even Western ones, but I was impressed with just how early this one let you get to work. So many cool, interesting, and even cute side quests to go around right from the word Chapter 2. The personally disappointing story soft buffed the optional stuff. I find it really hard to resist helping my Carapist community with any playthrough. It's such a quaint, charming world.
All of the side content you gain as a result of doing these side quests is a bonus too. Boss Rush, Whacker Worm, the Termicade, and best of all, the spy cards. The decision to turn all the spy data you gain from tattling on enemies into a card game was absolute genius. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Paper Mario.
They even still gonna use paper by then? Well, for now, I'll be giving the very wasps that invented it plenty of it. The legend of gaming's greatest novel finally getting a long-awaited reprint, much to the awe of its #1 fan, was indeed true. Though it chose to return with antenna and exoskeleton, the very same heart beats beneath. Although great on its own 6 legs, Bug Fables is truly fantastic to the heralds of Paper Mario 1 and 2's bygone legend. Although 3 and 6 go extremely appreciated, nothing truly hit the same spot until now. I'm not gonna lie, I have some hangups, and it surely doesn't top Thousand Year Door. But the fact that we're even having this conversation and feeling this goddamn close is good to be back. Thanks for tagging along, Mitch. Got your send-off ready?
I've been waiting over a year for this, so I've had this send-off ready for a while now. What a better way to say goodbye than with a thanks. Thank you, Fawful's Minion, for tagging me along to talk about Bug Fables, a game that has charmed me more than any game has ever done before, a game that has undoubtedly solidified itself to be my all-time favorite game, hands down. And thank you, Moonsprout, for making it happen, and for filling the alpha dream-shaped hole within my heart. Whatever you guys have planned next, I'm here for it, 100%. Well, I guess I'll be heading off to projects of my own. Thanks again, Bean Man. It's been an honor.
This has been Blessed or Messed, and I trust you, the best of the best, to know the rest. And now, give it up for the high-tier patrons. A4X Guy, Akuma Kuma, Alex S. Warrior, Alfredo Jones, Antasma Akumu, Arctic Kaiju, Azazel the Undying, BF Rio, Beast Gamer, Burn 100B, Chibi Emiko, Cortamunch 437, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Diamond Ice, Double N, Eddie Talkspin, Emerald Dash 192, Emily Infinite, Falku, Fencer de Rio, Flame Chocobo, GamerFan64, Goldsbro, TSG, Hero for Life, Ignitelus Gaming, Jake the Snake Arenstom, Jobot.11, Josie Baird, Justin Beliveau, JW Goji Fan, K-Dog, Kirby 484, Nightmare Steel, Kyle Wee 21, Love, Lucario Smash 246, Luke Johnston, Maze Arcana, Mailman 019, Masao, Mathtron 5000, Matthew Smith, Morgan Arvite, Nathaniel Sterling, Panther J, Patrick Sandlin, Peter Shepard, put 9V in Smash Bros, please. Renaku, Lord of Shadow, Roberto Del Fuego, Shining Silvally 777, Skellington 977, Spencer Studios, The Gag Reflex, Thomas Drury, Tubazone 1989, Zay Zandeler, Exaox, The Digital Nugget, Mechamax, The Ultimate Sora, Alpha Red, Demented Duskull, Foxmiss Productions, That's Pyra Main, Kevin Taylor, Dylan Mitchell, The Last Ace 378, Kairu Shinobi, Munchrai, Nova Strife, Philip Cross, Anthony Lucero, Augie and Panachu, Crunchy Boy, Dr. Dark 7, Eileen Tayasi, Mitchell Roberts, Midnight Matter, and Shade 2800. May we meet again!